Now, it's time for Spotlight on Business, where every week we put the spotlight on a different local business so you can find out how they serve you and the community. Now from Michiana's Morning News, it's Laura Smith.
Welcome to the Downtown Elkhart Merchants Alliance show for this week. Oh my gosh, I'm excited already, and I get excited like the day after the Elkhart Jazz Fest ends the prior year. It feels like it comes so fast, but here we are again, getting ready for what year is it, Ben Decker?
This is the 37th year.
Wow, my age. How cool is that? Yeah, not just kidding. Ben Decker's here with us today. He's the chair of the Elkhart Jazz Fest and really is responsible for putting the whole thing together, which must not be any easy feat. I can only imagine. How many hours a year do you, because that's not your day job, right?
It is not. It's even as of last night, it's a check-in at 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. job, but
is that all year round or just when you're getting really close to it?
It's primarily as we're getting in these last 30 days of crunch time. But at 1 year I tried to count them up, and definitely in the hundreds of hours. Just the week of puts in a significant amount of those,
yes.
And then as you mentioned, it kind of ramps up in that time frame. But it is an all year round process, as you noted your excitement. So does our work. Work's never done, and we start right back up as soon as we finish the event. Working on the upcoming year.
Right, exactly. You would have to, because obviously you're booking talent and you've got to make sure they're all available. And then you're also getting their accommodations. And you've got, at any given time at the Elkhart Jazz Fest, you've got multiple shows going on at once. It's not just one show at the Lerner and then the next day there's another show. No, you have artists all over the downtown area. So tell us about the format of it. When can we expect it? When is it starting? All the good stuff. Then we're going to get into the talent this year.
Sure. So there's 6 stages that we run kind of throughout the weekend ourselves. 3 outdoor stages, 3 indoor stages that sprawl across to about 3 or 4 of, I like to call them city blocks, but small city blocks in Elkhart. So everything's very accessible, and there's really, not that big city anxiety of where do I park and how do I get there and how far am I going to walk. You can really get to everything very conveniently, even if you're parking quote unquote far away. We hope that you then get to experience what else we have along Main Street with our restaurants, our merchants, and everybody who's also in full swing that weekend to help host the event. They offer a significant piece of this as well, being right in the heart of our downtown versus out in some farm field somewhere. Mm-hmm. Many festivals have to go find that space that's not in a congested area, and we've been able to navigate that. We've got some other partner stages, more formally, like the library's Curbside series that occurs. So as part of their series, we partner for the weekend, and they have shows Friday and Saturday night as well. So in addition to what we're programming, we've got others also engaged with embracing the theme of the weekend. And we've got many other what we call pop-ups that are scattered throughout different, bar tops, rooftops, and
yes,
restaurants throughout downtown.
And buskers too, right?
Yes. And so we've really trying to create the vibe,
of a true music town. Yep. Kind of like Nashville is Nashville. We all know what that means just by the name. But we want Elkhart to have that same recognition, sort of association, if you would. When someone thinks music or jazz or just music in general, we want people to automatically think of Elkhart, Indiana, because I think we deserve it, hosting those companies all these years, with the industry of the band instruments, of course, Kahn, Selmer, all of that. I think maybe that's where we got our start with jazz, and more than just maybe like a country festival or a pop music festival. We went with jazz. Who was the originator of the Jazz Festival?
Yeah, so if you think back 37 years, I mean, jazz is definitely still very alive, but it's very different than it was 37 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So all the things that we love about jazz with improvisation and just bringing different styles and having unique experiences with every show, it's not a cookie cutter approach. And so when they started the Jazz Festival, you're right, like it was a very mainstream genre of music, and had the connection with our instrument manufacturers and componentry that happened in Elkhart. So that was the basis for a lot of how it started. And over time, we're so blessed with just legacy partners who've supported this. It could not happen without our sponsors. They are who make it an option for us to put 3 outdoor stages free to the public,
mm-hmm.
and allow our community, but also all over the country. We'll typically see 30 plus states represented as attendees to the festival, and that's not counting our musicians who are also traveling from around the country and around the world.
Yes, absolutely. Let's tell us the date right away, and then I've got a bunch of other questions for you.
Sure. So we started off on June 19th, which is a Thursday, and it runs through June the 22nd, which is the Sunday. So we really have 4 days starting the evening of the 19th, and sum it all up on Sunday afternoon.
I just love the vibe so much because, well, first of all, traffic is cut off from the main part of downtown, and you get this feeling where you can just walk around. You can shop. I mean, I know Danny Reynolds, Stevenson's has their annual sidewalk sale at the same time. He said because that's people from out of town who come to the Elkhart Jazz Fest religiously. They also want to have his store have their sidewalk sale. So it's like, you're right. It's like the merchant, everybody in downtown Elkhart gets in on the action, and it just makes it so exciting. There's the outdoor stages. I love watching the shows in the outdoor stages. The green is so beautiful, the pavilion down there, and you can dance, and families are there dancing and bringing their chairs and having picnics and such. And then the one right outside the Lerner Theater, I love that too. Last year, Couch was there. Couch has been there several years, but the band Couch was at that outdoor stage right next to the Lerner. And I am telling you, first of all, it was probably one of the hottest days in the summer that we had. It didn't matter. It was so incredible. That show started, I believe, at 7 or 7:30, and they played almost until midnight.
Yeah, they're become friends and favorites to many, and
they're Bostonites.
Yes, and it's a great example of how the Elkhart Jazz Festival really gets in with musicians. We try and catch them on their rise, right? And we cheer them along the way. And financially, it ends up impacting us along the way because they
get big and you need to pay more.
That's exactly right.
Hey, but that's exciting though, because you feel like you've had a partnership in that to a certain extent when you do get a band like Couch, that were relatively young, and and then all of a sudden, then they become kind of world renowned, and here they are still coming back because they're loyal to the Jazz Fest, and you too, Ben Decker. So we're so excited. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the lineup this year, because that is what you're going to absolutely love when you hear about it. And you're going to hear about the eclectic mix that all goes into the Jazz Fest that Ben Decker has been largely responsible with Chris Brownlee for putting together all these years. And boy, they are good at what they do. Can't wait to hear. You're listening to the Downtown Elkhart Merchants Alliance show. There's a great website you can go to now. It's kind of rebranded itself, but it's dodowntownelkhart.com. dodowntownelkhart.com. And for the Jazz Festival itself, you Google it. Is there a website or just social media everywhere? It just Googled Elkhart Jazz Fest 2025.
ElkhartJazzFestival.com, or it should be the first thing that pops up when you're looking for it.
For sure. We'll be right back. I'm Laura Smith.
Podcasts by Federated Media.